Hi, morning. Hope you're well. Don't hesitate to pop a comment up if the sound is off. Today's practice is going to be 45 minutes, mostly moto, with around 10-15 minutes at the end, just relaxing, unwinding, stretching, and of course, breathing. So let's get started. Take up some space on the floor on your back. Move your heels to the far corners of your mat. You can open your arms out wide, palms up. Bring awareness to the feeling and flow of your breathing. Comfortable, big breaths, slow and deep. And as you're connecting to your breath, soften tension around the jaw and the face, the shoulders, anywhere that tightens up because of the activity of the mind and just the way humans are thinking about the future, the past. And in a way, exchange that tension for breath. Send your breath right there, especially your exhalations. Softening the jaw, noticing the weight of your body on the ground. It's literally an exchange, inhale and exhale. Too much of one or the other tips us out of balance. Our practice is connection, it's combination. In particular in the Moto series, as we practice, in a way it's a type of repetition, which offers in that repetition even more space to meditate. So maybe you've practiced the Moto series many times, maybe not. Let your breath feel methodical and comfortable more than anything. And if you lose that connection to breath, just stand still, lie down, take child's pose. This connection to breath is the foundation of our practice, bringing attention away from distractions, the future and the past, anchoring to the present moment, to the body. And as we find a rhythm of breathing that just feels good, it becomes a regulation tool that our entire being responds to. So this is our anchor. And the picture that I sometimes paint is, if the mind is in the driver's seat, sometimes I go here and there, I get lost sometimes. My speed of the mind is erratic. So let the breath drive. Start to wiggle out the toes and the fingers. Turn your hands and feet one way and the other way. Take a long breath. Then reach your arms overhead. You can stretch out the body. Just feeling the breath, really, really simple. Scoop your knees up now. Bring your knees in towards the chest. You can rock the body out side to side. Let's let go of the left leg. Pull the right knee towards the right shoulder. Take a breath in. And a long breath out. Switching legs. Take a long breath in. And a long breath out. Once again, pull both knees in towards the chest, rolling, so to speak, your tailbone long as you draw the knees close. With your hands on top of your knees, turn your knees in one direction and the other direction. Bring the knees close together. Circle and rock one way and the other way, checking in with the breath. I will remind you often. While we're here, let's straighten the legs, point the toes. Pull your toes down, push to the heels. Your hands can be on the floor. You can hold on to the backs of your legs. Point and flex. Point, circle now. Toning the lower abdomen. And release your feet to the floor. No rush at all. Take yourself over onto your hands and your knees now. Coming into a table position. Shoulders are over the wrists, hips over the knees, taking your time. And begin to slowly drop the belly down, cat-cow. And then lift the chest, opening the heart. Inhale as you do. Exhale to round. Inhale. And exhale, 2 more slow breaths. Story of the tortoise and the hare. Let's be the tortoise today. Moving to a flat back. Tuck the toes and lift into downward facing dog with a soft bend in the knees. Walk your feet back. Lift your tailbone, straighten your back all the way up to your tailbone. Feeling your hands are rooting. You can bend one knee at a time alternately. Take a long breath in. An even longer breath out. Start to tiptoe your feet to your hands. Set your feet side by side, hip distance apart. Fingertips rest gently on the floor, bend the knees. Begin to roll the shoulders back and lift your chest just a little bit. Inhale, and then exhale, just let your head drop. So a pretty deep bend in the knees. Inhale, gently roll the shoulders back as your heart opens. Sigh it out if you like, heavy head. Bend your knees more and slowly stand up. Stretch your arms high, inhale. Hands to chest, exhale. Press your palms together at your heart. Have a great class, inhale. Interlace the fingers and press palms towards your feet, exhale. Slowing the breath down a tad, inhale. Reaching forward. If your shoulders feel tight, bend the elbows. Breathe down. Finish. Exhale, palms together. Let your heart interlace. You can look down, drop the shoulders, tighten the belly. Inhale. Reaching all the way up, and at the top, taking that extra sip. Exhale. Either the eyes can close now or follow your hands with your soft daydream gaze. Inhale. An extra sip here. Fill those lungs, healthy lungs. Exhale. One more. Release your arms by your sides. Pause. Drop the shoulders. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out. Shift your weight to the left foot. Then the right knee. Take it to the side. Rest your heel on your ankle or slide your foot higher. together, your hands pressing together at your chest. Combine dropping the shoulders with growing your spine long, just like a tree root to rise. Inhale, grow taller. And exhale, engage and let go. Combination here. Inhale. Fill the ribs right to the bottom of the ribs. And exhale. Let muscles grow you taller. Push through your foot. Lift. One more breath. Gradually bring your knee forward, foot down. You can keep your hands like this, left knee bent. Moving slowly, transition. Important piece of our practice. Noticing sort of the in-between. Human beings tend to jump to the forward, to the future, before it's even here. And we miss the process. And we miss the details. Training our attention anchored to the breath and to awaken and to perceive the details. It could be as simple as noticing how your big toe feels. Your next inhale, grow taller. Your next exhale, soften and press your palms together. 2 more. Inhale. Expand. And exhale, letting go and support. Taking one more breath here. When you are ready, release your foot and release your arms. Making like the number 11 with your feet. Reach up now. Clasp your fingers overhead. You can bend the elbows. And imagine you're against the wall. So if your back is far away from that wall, begin to gently adjust yourself, drawn back to a pretend wall. Flex the legs. Inhale, fill the ribs. And then exhale, begin to stretch towards the right. You're always welcome to drop the bottom arm. Inhale. And then exhale. Just encouraging the back body to draw back a little bit. And the front to open. Keep the breath strong and steady. Taking one more breath in and out. Inhale, lift up, reach, and then slide to the left. Exhale. Inhale, lifting through the ribs, opening, and exhale. Keep the legs really strong. Continue to keep tone the lower abdomen. One more long breath in. Dancing with breath. And out. And inhale. Stretch the arms high. Now exhale. Bend the knees. Reach forward. Palms pressing on a pretend table. Adjust your feet in a way your knees feel good. And begin to tug the feet apart as you pull your hips back and down like there's a chair too far back. And as you're bending the knees, adjust the tone in the abdomen like you're tightening suspenders too. Breathing in. Bend the knees, breathe out. Big breath in. Breath out. 2 more big breaths here. Then you have the option to stay like this. 1 more breath or straighten the legs. For awkward pose, begin to lift the heels up. You bend the knees more or less. Strong breath here. Connection to that rhythmic breath as sensations come and go is the foundation of our practice. Breathing through compared to reaction and holding breath. 2 more. up slowly, reach up. Lower your heels and your arms. Opening your eagle wings, lift. Right arm can come under the left, twist high, or you can place palms on shoulders, hugging tightly. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, bend the knees deeply. Inhale, lift your right leg to hover, toes hover. Exhale, right wraps around left leg. Adjust your hips like you're sitting in a chair, or like I've said lately, a throne. Sit low. Open the chest and gently draw the back of the head up that long pretend chair. The back of it. Inhale. And exhale, one more big breath in. And out, slide up. Place your feet together. Release your wings. Inhale, reach. And exhale, left arm under. Inhale, open the chest. And then exhale, sliding down the back of that pretend chair. Inhale, hover the left toes. And then exhale, bind. Inhale, expanding the ribs. Exhale, squeeze and sit. Linking breath specifically. And in a way, it doesn't matter what. Just keep that rhythm of breath flowing. Inhale. And exhale, one more full breath in. And out, slide up. Place your feet close together. Release your wings. Reach up. And now place your hands pressing together at your chest. Inhale. Bend the knees a lot. Exhale. So sitting low, hips and spine really don't change except twist to the right. If your elbow is far away like this, place opposite hand to thigh. I've got my right hand on my back. Take a breath in and twist as you breathe out. If you would like to go deeper, you're bending the knees more rather than hunching. You can hook your elbow. Inhale. And twist, exhale, one more full breath in. And out. Rotate to center. Reach up, raise the arms. Bring your hands to your chest. And bend the knees a lot. Inhale, straighten your back. And exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, pull your tailbone back and down, big breath. And exhale to twist, two more. Move your rib cage, inhale. And exhale, one more, you got it. Center, stand up. Lift your arms high. Circle your hands down. And frame your tailbone. Or place your hands in pretend jean pockets. Separate your heels a little bit. Lift the front of your pelvis up slightly. Flex your legs. And then begin to stretch the belly. You might notice your heart is beating a little bit. And begin to keep your hips over your heels. Lift and open the chest. And gently draw the elbows back. Keep the breath steady. Trace your gaze further back. Taking one more gentle breath. Try not to push the hips forward. Lift and lengthen. Gradually rise up. Neutral. Heavy shoulders and arms. Inhale, sweep your arms high. Coming back to chair pose. Exhale. Bend the knees. Now bow over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees. Just lift your chest. Shoulder blades draw back a bit. Exhale, step your right foot back a long step. You're lifting that heel high. Breathe in first. Runner's lunge, breathe out. Bending the front knee, straightening the back leg. If the head has dropped, gently draw the head back in line with your posterior line. Find muscles along the back chain that make your leg feel longer, your arms feel longer, your neck feel longer, and your breath is strong. Big breath in. long breath out. One more like this. Raise your torso and arms. If it feels like your pelvis has tipped, bend the back knee, tighten your suspenders. Lunge deeper. You can bend the elbows, open heart. Begin to lead with the heart and thumbs. If you'd like to continue this stretch, you're lifting the chest, maybe straightening the back leg more. Strong breath in and out. Reach for the sky, and then open to warrior two, front knee bends. Shoulders are heavy. You can open your stance wider. Approximately front heel lines the inner arch of the back foot. Take a breath in. Lunge as you breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, let's bring hands to hips first. Lunge deeper. Lift yourself out of the ribs and angle in line your torso with the back leg. Now bottom hand can gently press the knee open. Right arm up, straight up, or in line with that line. 2 breaths here. And imagine you're bracing to actually bend that knee and lift something a bit heavy. 1 more breath in. And out. Back to your warrior 2. Inhale. Lunging, exhale, 1 more breath. Hands to hips, straighten the front leg, and then turn all your toes the same way. Approximately feet parallel to the short ends of your mat. Bend the knees, straighten your back, and then bring your hands to rest on the floor or a block. Bend the knees enough that your low back feels long, not rounded. So you're reaching your seat back, you're lifting your heart, and a little bit like chaturanga, which is a pulling action. Open the chest, supporting your neck with your upper back muscles awake. You can move your feet wider. You can also shift like you're wagging your tailbone, side to side. Noticing one hip compared to the other, really subtle movements. And if you start to straighten your legs, be aware of, let's say if you looked in a mirror, sideways, if you look like your spine makes an upside down C, bend the knees and keep kind of flattening out the low back, lifting your seat. Take 1 more big breath here. When you are ready, so we're walking our hands to the right foot. Begin to turn all your toes to follow. And then frame the front foot. My left heel is lifting. Runner's lunge. Sweep the arms back. And then angle your body back in your runner's lunge, other side. Open the chest, tighten your suspender. Alignment is just a reference to work from. Aware of muscles that tend to let go, and also muscles that tighten when our thoughts tighten. It's a really great revelation. Does your jaw tighten when your thoughts react? Mine does. So let's breathe in those spaces and then wake up muscles that let go just out of habit or routine. So tightening the belly suspenders, like I say, lift the back heel. Another cue that can work is imagine you can grow your tailbone long and reach to that lifted heel. Breathing in and breathing out. Start to lift your torso and raise your arms. Lunge deeper, breathe deeper. Focus on where you're feeling this. Send your breath there. That is the connection. If you'd like to, you can open your chest more. Breathe a little slower. Lead with your heart lifting your thumbs. 1 more breath in and breath out. Reach for the sky. Open to warrior two. Breathing in and breathing out. Breath is the first thing to go. So that's our practice. It's less about what we're doing, it's about the connection. Inhale. And exhale, one more breath on this side, like this. Then I like to bring my hands to my hips, lift out of the ribs, angle the torso, creating a lift compared to a drop. If you want to bend that front knee more, it's more work, that's up to you. Bottom hand can gently open the thigh. And imagine you're kind of like holding something a bit heavy so your belly wakes up. Left arm on an angle, up or across. Inhale. Brace and exhale, using your exhale especially as a tool. Inhale and exhale, one more breath here. Come back to your warrior two. Inhale, lunging, exhale. Good, hands to hips, straighten. Turn your toes the same direction, long end of the mat pointing. Heel toe towards the center of your mat. Take a breath. We'll practice our balancing. Reach the right leg back. This is a lot like runner's lunge, except our front leg is straight. So you're gonna tap the floor, straighten your back body, and tighten your belly. Take a breath. Feel free to stay here. Or begin to teeter-totter. So you're pushing the right heel high. Gently square your hips forward and play with it. Alignment here is a do it this way. It's not that. It's a combination of breath, gravity, and our relationship with those in our environment. Keep the breath flowing. Notice if the back leg drops as the head leads. Let's lead with the heart and push that heel high. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach the left leg back. Angle the torso. Straighten the back body. Play teeter-totter. Inhale. Teeter-totter, exhale. Just play with it. I like to imagine those suspenders are tight and my glute is helping lift my leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn your right palm forward. Pick up the right foot inside, or you can take the outside. Draw your tailbone down and gently kick your knee back. Left arm can reach up, pushing your foot into your hand if you like. Breathing deeply, stay here, or you can kick back more. Make sure your joints don't hurt. Breath is strong. I'll count again for 5, 4, strong exhale, 3, 2, and release. Left palm forward, scoop up the foot, draw the tailbone down at first, and gently draw your knee back. Take a breath, pay attention to where you feel this. We're not aiming for a particular shape. Inhale. And kick as you exhale. Inhale, find lift, and then exhale, make it yours for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Lower the arms. Take a breath in. And a long breath out. Reach the arms high. Bend the knees and bow over your legs. Drop the head heavy. Take a breath in, and then make your way to a plank. Lower your knees down to the ground. Lower yourself all the way to rest on your belly now. Hands on the ground. Anchor the tops of the feet, gazes down. Draw the elbows back and begin to lift your chest like a back sit-up. Find length in the neck. Use your upper back muscles to lift the chest by tugging your elbows back a little bit. Feel free to lift and lower. Inhale and exhale. Reach your arms back now, palms down. Lift your legs, arms, and chest. Option here to squeeze your feet together, or you can pedal or paddle. Imagine you've got flippers on and you're in the ocean. Lift your legs, lift your chest, and lift your arms. And now straighten your legs and lift them. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and let go. Rest your head on your hands. And find your breath. And as you feel ready, pull your elbows back to your ribs, palms to the ground. Push to the knees and take yourself into a child's pose. Moving through chaturanga, and then the last portion will be relaxing and stretching. You can always stay or come back to your child's pose. Take another breath. Then lift up. Downward facing dog. So setting hands intentionally, shoulder distance apart. Come forward into your straight line high plank. If your bum is still up, kind of like down dog, walk your feet back just to straighten. Place your knees gently to the floor and untuck your toes. Shoulders are over wrists. In a way, lift your head. Begin to bend your elbows over the wrists. So you're pulling your body forward. Try not to change the shape of your neck. And lay on your belly. Anchor your feet. Lift your chest, shoulders back. And then push up. Tuck the toes, downward dog. So approximately speaking, when you bend the elbows, elbows over wrists. High plank. Lower the knees. Now you can go to your belly like we did. Or just bend your elbows a centimeter. Create a pull-up action. Looks like your hands have a pull-up bar. Push up. Stay here. Begin to roll the shoulders back. If you're lifting your chest more and more, lift the knees and squeeze your legs. Roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. High plank pose. You can place your knees down. Chaturanga. Elbows over wrists. Push up. Point your toes. Straight arms if you like. And open the chest. And roll back to downward facing dog. Neutral spine. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale up. And exhale back. And always place those knees down. Inhale forward. Knees can come down. Exhale. Can bend your elbows a centimeter. Inhale. Open heart. Plank with toes pointed pretty much. And then exhale. Downward dog. Inhale forward. Chaturanga. Up. Open. And back. Slowing it down a little bit. Big breath in forward. You can start your breath out and then bend the elbows. Inhale up. And exhale back. Feel free to do 1 or 2 more on your own. Then make your way back to child's pose. and up. Other side, left leg lifts. Take your time. And then bring your knee forward. So your front shin does not have to be parallel. Mine is always on an angle. And then you can decide where you place that front knee. Check in with your spine. If it feels like your low back is really starting to round, readjust in a way that you feel length. Kind of like lengthening your tailbone to that back heel. You can sit on a block or a couple pillows. I like to rock side to side, and I find that my hips feel different day to day, week to week, for sure. So many different factors involved in the hips. In fact, it's interesting, the way that we breathe is directly connected to our hips. Shallow breathing tightens the muscles around the breath, the diaphragm linked to our psoas muscle. So when we find that lengthening, that alignment through the spine, we allow more mobility, not just in the lungs as we give ourselves permission to breathe, but that movement underneath the lungs. All those intricate processes that sustain life, sustain healing. Take 2 more big breaths. When we say deep, it doesn't mean like forcing it. Deep just means allow bottom ribs to expand a little bit more. And from this position, make your way to your back, so feel free to come into downward facing dog from pigeon. And make your way to rest on your back. Passive twist, couple of pillows or a block, couple blocks if you have. Hips to the left. Lift your knees, shins parallel, and then you can place your knees and shin on a block. Or you can place a block between your legs, especially if you're feeling pulling that just doesn't feel right in your SI joint area. So rotation here, I'd like to highlight, is in the rib cage. So roll the left arm back. Can rest on a pillow wherever there's gap. And now focus on your breathing. So when the ribs are stuck, mainly because of maybe like a hunched posture and shallow breathing, there's many things that happen with that tightness. So just let the rib cage gently move, ebb and flow with breath. And you might even feel your lungs moving your back. It's connected directly to the shoulders. My elbows are bent. You can rock your head side to side. Take 2 more breaths. Slowly make your way to your other side. Hips to the right. Lift the knees, maybe a block between the knees, that's up to you. And then opening out that right arm. Then if it feels like your shoulder's really pulling, prop. Another option is to actually have a block or a pillow just right where your arm rests. Just allowing the body to relax and feel safe. It's a big piece. big breaths. Long exhales. From this position, settle in any comfy position for final meditation. On your back, you can rest your hand on your abdomen, or maybe one on your chest, one on your belly. Take a long breath in without effort. Effort shows up, the strain of effort in our jaw and our shoulders tense. So let's combine again. Drop those shoulders and let the breath be drawn deeper. And sometimes that takes practice, especially if we've been emotional or stressed. We're tight right here. So as you breathe, combine softening, let's say like the middle of your ribs and up. Relax as much as you can, that area, neck, shoulders, jaw, upper shoulders. And allow the breath to travel almost sideways. And even if it's not actually changing much, just send that energy there, deeper. It's all about deeper. And then allow that connection to begin to do its magic, its work. So as we breathe, and as we link our attention to breath, we awaken systems of life that are there to support us. We awaken a perception that we may have not used or noticed before, and we begin to perceive our environment and have begin to build a different relationship with our environment too. It's less about controlling or trying to control everything. For my practice, it's about letting go of the things I can't control, and usually I waste my energy on that. And then connecting to what I can be participant in within nature and life, systems that are available to support me. We're just shifting the driver. Thank you for joining. I invite you to pause even after I close the class. Just find a pace and a rhythm, a connection that will carry you through the rest of the day, the rest of the week. Connect to a power that you don't have to try harder to maintain. It's about connection to a power that's already inside. It's a different source of fuel. Sending love, great big virtual hug. Namaste.